Saint Agnes and her prayer life. Saint Agnes is a virgin martyr who would rather face death than sin. Due to her short but devoted life, she became an honored but important saint. Saint Agnes was only 13 when she was killed for her religion. She was devoted to God, and she made following the 10 Commandments her top priority. The commandment that most impacted her was chastity and being pure. The young saint lived around 300 CE, the time when Christianity was an underground religion. This was when the Roman Empire ruled over most of the Eastern Hemisphere. Within the Roman Empire, Christians were being persecuted for openly practicing their faith. Her faith was tested at the early age of 12. She was young and beautiful, but she was simply not interested in marriage. When the Roman official's son, Procop, wanted to marry Agnes, she denied him because she only desired heaven and Jesus. She said this knowing there would be consequences because Procop was an official's son and he could do whatever he desires as punishment. Saint Agnes did not fear Procop or death. She feared mortal sin and not making it to heaven, where she will receive eternal happiness. Due to her lack of cooperation, she was thrown into a house of prostitution, but an angel protected her purity. Since the official could not convince her, she was still condemned to death. Her smile did not waver with the death stroke of the sword. Saint Agnes died, remaining pure and even more devoted to God. Saint Agnes remains one of the youngest martyrs in the Catholic Church. She deservingly was proclaimed a saint by the early Church because of her indisputable devotion to God. The site where this saint was buried is beside the Via Nomentana in Rome. Later, a church was built over the catacomb where Agnes was buried. This church was named St. Agnes. Her scroll was preserved in St. Agnes in Agnon, in Rome's Piazza Navona. There has been many churches all over the world named after her to keep her legacy alive. They live by her purity and devotion to God. Her feast day is January 21st and is commemorated by the Pope. She is also commemorated by name in the canon of the Mass with only 7 other Holy Virgin martyrs. Saint Agnes was put under tremendous pressure to reject her values when Procop asked for her hand in marriage. Essentially bribed her with imperial riches. He was asking her to deny being Catholic, and in return she will live on earth extremely comfortable with him. He was able to provide for her because of his wealth and power. But Saint Agnes quickly realized that in the greater scheme of things, it does not matter if a person is powerful on earth because it will not matter in heaven. Saint Agnes is an idol in the modern church. She is the patriarch for young girls, virgins, and chastity. She is also a patriarch for married couples and rape victims. She teaches the importance of chastity and believing in God wholeheartedly. She is often represented in drawings as a child with lambs around her. This is to represent her innocence and preserved purity. The lambs are also a play on her name. The name Agnes actually comes from the Greek word Agnes, which means pure. Also, her name resembles the Latin word Angus, which means lamb. She She is also depicted with palm leaves, which is a sign for martyrs. Saint Agnes devoted herself to God and taught the Catholic community how to truly love Him. She deserves to be praised for her braveness at such a young age, despite living in an age where Catholics were being killed to do so. She did not think twice to stay loyal to God. Everyone today should follow her example so we could become closer and truly be people of God.